Welcome to Mr. Dark Whispers, where the eerie meets the enchanting. Dive into spine-chilling tales and unsettling mysteries that lurk in the shadows. From haunted legends to terrifying real-life encounters, every story is a whisper into the unknown. If you love the thrill of the supernatural and the suspense of the macabre, you're in the right place. Subscribe now and let the whispers guide you into the darkness, if you dare. There's something about the quiet of the night that invites the unknown. The stillness, the silence. It amplifies every creak, every whisper. For Anna, it was supposed to be just another shift at the diner. But that night, the night the stranger walked in, everything changed. And now, as I recount her story, I want you to ask yourself this. How well do you know the shadows around you? The clock ticked past midnight at Rosewood Diner. Anna wiped down the counter, glancing at the empty booths. It was just her and the occasional trucker passing through. Quiet shifts like this had always been her favorite. But tonight, something felt off. She first noticed it when the headlights appeared. A car pulled into the lot, its engine humming low. The figure that stepped out seemed ordinary enough. Dark coat, tall frame. But there was something about the way he lingered before entering, like he was. Deciding, the man sat at the booth in the corner, farthest from the light. He ordered coffee, no sugar, no cream, and stared out the window as if expecting something or someone. When Anna asked if he needed anything else, he didn't respond. He just smiled, a smile too wide, too sharp. An hour passed. The man didn't move, didn't speak. His coffee sat untouched. Anna tried to ignore him, focusing instead on her tasks. But every time she glanced at him, she found his eyes already on her. Not in a friendly way, not even in a curious way. It was like he was studying her, memorizing her. When Anna finally worked up the nerve to approach him again, the words caught in her throat. His coat was open now, revealing a shirt that looked wrong. It shimmered faintly, like it wasn't made of fabric at all, but something alive. "Is everything okay?" she asked, forcing a smile. His response? A single word, cold, detached. "Not yet." The man leaned forward, his voice low and gravelly. "Do you believe in fate?" he asked. Anna didn't answer, but he continued anyway. "I've been waiting here, for you." Anna's stomach dropped. He spoke of a road, the endless road. He called it a place where time and space twisted, where those who entered were never the same. "You've been there," he said. "I can see it in your eyes." Anna shook her head, backing away. She'd never heard of such a place, but the man's smile widened. "Not yet," he whispered, "but you will." The man stood abruptly, tossing a few crumpled bills on the table. As he walked to the door, he stopped. "Lock up," he said without turning around. "And don't look outside. Not tonight." Before Anna could respond, he was gone. The bell above the door jingled softly as it closed behind him. Anna did lock up, but curiosity got the better of her. She peered through the blinds, searching the lot for his car. It wasn't there. Instead, the lot was empty, dead silent. And then, the shadows began to move. They crept closer, writhing and shifting like living things. Anna's breath caught in her throat as she watched one shadow detach itself from the others, sliding under the diner's door. The lights flickered, the air grew heavy, and then she heard it. A whisper, faint at first, but growing louder. Her name. "Anna." She backed away, grabbing the nearest object, a frying pan, and holding it tightly. The shadow grew, taking shape. It wasn't a person. It wasn't even human. It was something else. In a flash, the world shifted. One moment, she was in the diner. The next, she was standing on a dark, endless road. No lights, no sound. Just the faint hum of an unseen force. Ahead of her, a car's headlights appeared, blinding in the darkness. The same car, the man's car. It pulled up beside her, and the window rolled down. "Get in," he said. His voice was calm, but his eyes, they weren't human anymore. Anna hesitated, but the shadows were closing in. She had no choice. She climbed in, and the car sped off, leaving the diner and reality behind. They drove for hours, days, maybe longer. Time didn't exist on that road. The man spoke of things Anna couldn't understand, places beyond comprehension, beings beyond reason. When the car finally stopped, she was alone. No car, no man, just the road stretching endlessly in both directions. Anna was never seen again. But some nights, truckers say they see her standing on the roadside, her figure illuminated by the headlights of a car that isn't really there. A warning, perhaps, or maybe an invitation. So the next time you're driving late at night and you find yourself on a road that feels wrong, remember Anna's story. Some roads are meant to be forgotten, and some never let you leave. Have you been down the endless road? So this got so much attention when I posted it as a reply on another post, I decided to go into detail here about it. Buckle up, folks, this shit is insane. A few years ago, I matched with a guy on Tinder. To be clear, I was identified as CF on my profile, and so was he on his profile. We matched and started texting, and I again made it clear that I don't mind kids, but I did not want the responsibility of any. I wanted to live my life for me. He claimed to be the same. We texted for about 2 weeks before meeting up. I'm super safe that way, and yes, I checked his social media and such. It was pretty sparse, but no red flags. Since mine was the same, I couldn't really say anything. He seemed to post about as much as I did, so all seemed on the up and up. We had a lot of the same likes. Loved music of many genres. He played the guitar, and I played the piano and violin. Both liked animals and enjoyed casual hiking. Loved to read, though I've since come to realize he was definitely lying about how much he read. Honestly, he seemed great. We kept things casual for about the first month before we decided to make it official that we were dating exclusively. We saw each other probably 3 to 5 times a week for 6 months. Anything from overnights, his place and mine, to quick lunch dates when we were both busy. Things seemed to be going great. I met his friends, he met mine, and we made plans to meet each other's family over the holidays. Then comes the talk. You know, the one where you're more than casually interested and actually starting to think long-term about a partner. The one where you make sure you're on the same page about long-term life goals and ambitions. So we are having dinner, and I let him know I'm on track to retire at 40-45, and that I want to move to Europe and travel extensively, take up writing and art again. I'm trying to delicately get around to what his financial situation is like. If he's got hundreds of thousands in debt, I need to bail. But if he's only marginally in debt, I'm willing to invest in the relationship at this point, because he seems so great. Funny, smart, kind. Hot as hell and a damn good lay, lol. So it happens. He literally knocks me dumb as he takes my hand and looks deep into my eyes and tells me there's something he's been keeping from me. I'm thinking he's about to let me know he's so far in debt that he'll be working until he's 90. Nope, he's got kids. This motherfucker had 3 kids, and not only that, he has sole custody. I remain speechless as he explains he didn't tell me earlier because he was afraid I would stop speaking to him, and that he can't bear to lose me because I'm the most amazing woman he's ever met. He tells me he wants to spend the rest of his life with me, and I'll be such an amazing mother to his kids because I'm so smart and level-headed and not a drama queen at all. I'm literally stunned speechless as I listen to him explain to me that the condo we're currently sitting in is in fact not his house but his single brothers, who agreed to let him use it for our dates so his parents can watch his kids at his house since their apartment isn't kid-proofed. I remain speechless as he explains he didn't tell me earlier because he was afraid I would stop speaking to him, and that he can't bear to lose me because I'm the most amazing woman he's ever met. He tells me he wants to spend the rest of his life with me, and I'll be such an amazing mother to his kids because I'm so smart and level-headed and not a drama queen at all. This bastard then goes on to say that instead of me retiring early, I should sell my house and help him pay off his mortgage and debt, and then we can save to put all 3 of his kids through college, and once they graduate, they can get good jobs and send us to Europe on vacation. I just sat there staring at this fucker as he looks at me with such an excited expression on his face, like he already had the next few decades of our lives planned out and fully expecting me to be jumping with joy that he's sprung his little brood of mini-me's on me, like it is some fantastic surprise, planned in a way that was the exact opposite of my child-free life plan. I had been up front with him about from day one. I literally didn't say anything once I came back to my senses. I just stood up, grabbed my bag, and walked out. He of course followed me and kept telling me I was overreacting, and please come back so we can have an adult conversation. He tried to keep me from getting in my car, and I finally faced him and told him I was 1 second away from dialing 911. He finally stepped aside and told me he'd be waiting for my phone call when I finally calmed down and was ready to be rational. Over the next 2 months, I was forced to change my cell number and threaten to have a restraining order taken against him and his whole family because his mom, his dad, and his fucking brother all started harassing me. blowing up my phone all hours of the day, coming by my house and my work. All of them telling me what a horrible person I must be to hate children so much that I would turn a great guy like him down. It finally stopped when I went to the police. I didn't have enough to get a restraining order, but they did send an officer to his house to tell him to leave me alone. He called one last time to leave me a message and tell me I was going to die a lonely cat lady and he was fucking done with me, and that I was lucky he'd given me the time of day because I wasn't that hot anyways.